Hi, how did the presentation go? I talked too fast and forgot my main point. Maybe, before beating yourself up, try to think what actually went wrong. I didn't practice enough and focus too much on sounding smart than being clear. That's a pretty honest insight. Yeah, next time we'll rehearse more. Messing up kind of showed me what to do and how I can improve. Then it sounds like you didn't fail, you actually learned. I guess then that reflection is the real grade. That skit that you just saw was a clear representation of reflection in real life, one of the key values of an IB learner. Hello, my name is Viet from Class 8 Sapphire in DGS. To start with, let's look at what reflection means. To be reflective is to look back on learning experiences and identify areas for growth. IB students strive to become better by reflecting back at what they did. In real life, there are countless examples of reflection in use. For example, René Descartes, a famous early modern era philosopher, has a famous saying, "I think, therefore I am." In real life, he questions everything he perceived. This is one of the clear representations of reflective skills in philosophy. By doubting previous knowledge, Descartes aims to reach a deeper understanding of the subject. Another example is of James Dyson, the inventor behind the well-known vacuum cleaner brand Dyson. In 5 years, he tried more than 5,000 prototypes and to find out the best one. He adapted industrial cyclone technology from a sawmill to create a backless vacuum. When trying, he learned from his past failures to adapt and create a better model. That is one really great example of how reflection is used. However, reflection is not only shown when one finds hardness and problems in life, but also when people strive for perfection. Leonardo da Vinci, a famous inventor and a master in many fields, has been shown to be reflective in many cases. He has a notebook that he kept that he documented his findings and inventions. He was described as a curious observer, and through his notes, we can see how he made, how even though he had basic successes in his inventions, he made them the most efficient in order to make the best model. This was evident in his inventions of the early helicopter, or in the anatomy of the human body. So with those examples, we can see that reflection helps us to avoid repeating mistakes and find new solutions for problems. It can also help us to know ourselves better when we can understand our strength, and we can actually understand our weaknesses to improve after looking at ourselves. It can also make us think outside the box when trying to find new solutions by thinking back at what we did and what we can improve. So how do we practice reflection every day if it's such an important skill? In his book, Soul in Focus, Johann Hari talks about the process of mind wandering, when people's minds become detached from the present to think about the future and past. In this process, they make new connections and reach a deeper state of understanding based on the things we learned in our experiences. This is crucial to develop new knowledge and, as I said, to reach a deeper understanding. So we can use this process of mind wandering in our relaxed time every day to reflect on our daily experiences. That is also a way to practice reflection. Another way is metacognition, which is basically thinking about your thinking. Many people will have their own reflection books where they reflect on questions such as, what goals do I need to achieve, or how has this experience changed my perspective? Using these reflection books, people know themselves better, and they can actually talk with others who have the same notes in their reflection books to actually share their experiences on reflection. And with that being said, I hope you can grasp a deeper understanding on the importance of reflection, an important IB learner attribute. Thank you for listening.